we sit in this studio, we're just from a very difficult weekend where we saw what happened in what would be a peaceful rally that was ongoing well, gunshots, a driver to a governor, rubber bullets on the chest. You look at what happened in Kisumu, and one asks the question, where is the government? Where is the police as the people who've been given the power to have all the weapons, to have monopoly of violence, to protect property and human life? Like Stella is saying, government is complaining together with wananchi, which shouldn't be the case, because that speaks to individuals who do not know their job and shouldn't be there to start with. Why the lull? Why the silence?
You ask the question, where is the government? I think I would invert it. Where is our sanity as a people? Where is our sanity? Because we seem to be riding on the crest of our savageness and blind to the realities of the humaneness that perpetuate community, which makes progress possible. And I read somewhere, and we're coming from the weekend, in the scripture, that since the days of John the Baptist, the kingdom of heaven has suffered violence, and the violent take it by force. And so it seems with our political kingdom. Now, of course, in scripture does not necessarily mean the violence that is propagated by weaponry. But I think when we appreciate the history of our times, even former times, we on this part of the globe, the southern part, particularly Africa, and here in Kenya in particular, we have made politics extremely, yes, competitive, fearsome, and a matter of do or die, as though our own individual lives depend on it, so much that people are willing to put anything on the line to achieve their ends in politics, whether they are aligned to government, opposition, etc. Now, look, the logics of predation, elite control, and thuggery in the bosom of ethnic politics is driving our politics today. Look, every by-election in this country has had high stakes. Cases of violence reported. Yes, we have seen complaints and early warning about cases of violence, but we believe in a constitutional democracy that we are under the rule of law. Now, you ask, where is government? We have got institutions in place, Dennis. We have got the IEBC. We have got the Elections Act, Offences Act, the IEBC Act itself. We have got the Electoral Code of Conduct. And when you look at the wholesomeness of the Electoral Code of Conduct, IEBC has got all the powers through its committee to subpoena any person, any political party, even government, to avail whether it's documents, any material evidence that can be helpful in investigations, so that persons who are culpable can be brought to book. When you also appreciate the import of Article 157 of the Constitution, the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions, where power to prosecute is vested, is supposed to exercise the mandate of that office for public good. Now, these are the institutions that are supposed to act out for the benefit of the people. Just recently, we had the CS for Interior, Honorable Kipchumba Murkomen, in fact warning, and that's the officials indicating that even as we head to the election of 2027, any persons that will be found culpable on matters incitement, occasioning violence, will be brought to book. And in fact, just a minute, in fact, he even called out Honorable Rigathi Gachagua and said that even him is not above the law, and any person, whether government side or any person, will be held to account. And of course, we even had these supporters and friends and friends indicating that if government dares do that, then they will know why is it that chicken do not have teeth.
They do actually, but okay.
Yeah. Now, you see, that is the kind of
It's
impunity.
just a joke, sorry.
The kind of impunity in which we live. That some politicians think that because they are overzealous about the control they have in particular areas and regions, and for me, I've in fact, Dennis, here in this studio, on this seat, I have castigated Rigathi Gachagua for the kind of politics he's continued to play. I've called him out for who he is, an overzealous tribal bigot, and a village tyrant who thinks that the country should kowtow to him just because of the control that he has
Javas,
on Mount Kenya.